Curtis Calhoun here with MMA News, and my next guest is looking to shake up the PFL heavyweight division in 2023 is Yorgan De Castro joining me today. How's it going, Yorgan?
Very good, my man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. First things first, obviously, fans recognize you from the UFC, Eagle FC most recently as well. What went into this decision to sign with the PFL? What stood out about them when you were deciding your next fighting move?
I always like PFL. I like the format. I like the odds. The odds to become a millionaire in 8 months. Everything is on your hand. You don't have to talk shit. You just have to go there and win fights. And in the end of the year, you'll be rewarded with $1 million check. So that's very exciting. As a fighter, your motivation, your will change to the course of your career. So now I'm fighting definitely for money. So PFL is the right choice, and I'm honored and I'm just blessed to be in PFL. To be honest with you.
And entering this first PFL season for you, obviously you're entering with a lot of momentum. You're on a 3-fight win streak. I want to ask you a little bit about that. Like, what do you feel like you've showed over your past few fights that you've improved in the cage, and what have these past few wins been like for you?
Definitely. People sometimes forget that I started MMA in December 2017, and a year and a half I was already signed with UFC. So it was a quick rise, and I was still learning in the job. So I got to the UFC. I had a lot of gaps in my game. My mindset wasn't there. I got comfortable. I didn't. What I say? I didn't chase new goal. I was confident. I was there. I was happy. Now I lost a couple fights. I had to fucking do sorry sorry for curse.
Oh,
Have
no,
to
you're good.
do
Don't
a
worry about it at all. You're good.
I have to do a soul research. I want to do why I'm doing this, and I figured out, this is my life. This is what I do. I do for my family. I want to do it. I want to better my family life, and I don't want my daughter to go through what I went through. So my mindset is different now. I understand that the business is an entertaining business. Every time I go to the cage, I have to leave it all there. It's do or die. So the biggest improve for me was the mindset. I know I have to put in the work in the gym every single day, but I know that when I get to that cage, it's do or die, and I have to make sure that I'm gonna kill you before you kill me.
Do you feel like having a family and having children kind of adds that extra motivation, especially joining the PFL when you're fighting for $1 million in this tournament format? I guess talk to me a little bit about that. Like, how much extra motivation does that provide?
Absolutely, that's a big extra motivation, especially this sport is very hard. Not everybody gonna get away with. So you being here, fight every single day, you're gonna get injured, you're gonna get beat up, you're gonna get old fast. You're gonna have a lot of miles in your body. So if you can take away something from the sport, no, let's make some money. Let's invest this money. Let's take away something so your kids doesn't have to go to this hard work that you go to. I mean, of course, the kids you gotta show the kids the path. But if I can uh, uh, be the one in the back of my daughter and point them in the right direction and cover up when she have tough time, I would love to do that because I grew up without a father. One of my great goal and one of my main goal is be the best father I can ever be.
Absolutely, man. And I got to ask you a little bit about your last fight. You know, after your last fight over Junior Dos Santos, that when you got a lot of people thought you were going to get that next heavyweight Eagle FC title shot. Then obviously Eagle FC scrambled, changed a lot of things. But obviously now you get the next best thing here in the PFL. You're facing the reigning PFL heavyweight champion, Ante Delija. How do you see this fight playing out stylistically? Thoughts on the matchup?
I love the fight. I mean, first of all, I want to thank Eagle FC. They have me. I had two fights over there. It was great. I mean, unfortunately, they can't do show in US anymore, so they have to let me go. But I mean, I'm very happy with PFL, and this is the great fight. I'm as far as I know, this is a title fight to me. I'm fighting a guy that is a champion, and he was in the final the year before. So one of the best heavyweight around now is Ante Delija for sure. And this is my moment. When you get a chance to go there and as people see sometimes, hey, I mean, they throw you to the wolves. To me, I see as opportunity. You want to go to a new promotion. You want to show that you're not just one more guy. I'm here to stay. Give me the champion. Give him the tough guy you ever have. And Ant is tough, adorable. And but April 7th, I will get my hand raised.
And when you look at Ante, he's mostly known for his striking, but he's pretty well rounded on the ground too. So as his opponent, I mean, how much extra motivation does that give you facing a guy that can do a little bit of everything as opposed to facing a specialist that can only do one thing?
No, he's very well rounded. He's also a judo black belt. But he's very well rounded. You know, his game. You can tell he like fights. He go forward. He's exchanging. But he the main thing about him is he's very durable. He's do basic things, but very good. He keep his punch straight, and he always mix it up with takedowns. So that's very hard fight, especially the heavyweight. But I'm prepared. I've been training with the best guys around, and I'm prepared to go there and shut those takedowns and force a brawl and a good fight. You know, I want to give the fans a good fight.
No doubt about it. And obviously, I know you're not looking past Ante, but I got to ask you a little bit about the heavyweight division. Obviously, you got Bruno Capoloza, Mateus Scheffel, you got Ante in there, obviously. What are your thoughts on the division, and where do you feel like you kind of fit in terms of the division?
I love the PFL. I love the every. If you notice, everybody over there is most of them is striker. If I take Ante out, Ante's the one who mix it up really good. He that's why he's become a champion. He can mix it up, the takedown with a striker. But everybody else is basically a striker. Matteo Sheffield, Bruno Capelloza, Renan Ferreira, all those guys is a striker. So that means we're gonna have some good fights, some good matchups, and like I tell people, I don't know how long they're gonna be PFL. They're gonna be in PFL, but I'm gonna give the PFL fans a good fights.
No doubt about it. When you look at the PFL format, obviously it's really unique, right? You have the season format, tournament format, quick turnarounds in between fights. I mean, how much does that fire you up in terms of, because I know you like to stay active and not take too much time off. How much does that excite you?
This is great, man. The great opportunity. I always want to fight. Not just you have a date. We already have a date for the next one. Will be June 16th. So that's great because you have a check every 8 weeks. So you get a little lay down financially, you're good. And also you know who you're gonna fight. So this is great. I don't have to get after the fight, normal I take a couple of weeks off, eat and drink whatever you want. This time I can't do that. You know, I have to go right back to the gym. I have to maybe less contact. I like to sparring. I sparring hard twice a week. Now my coach just cut down the sparring. We can't sparring hard anymore. So a lot of adjustment that I have to do so be able to stay healthy and keep fighting for, especially the chance of fight 4 times in 8 months is crazy. So, of course, I want to ask the guys in PFL, if they have any advices, guys they've been there, done there, because this is a learning process. But I'm excited to fight 4 times. If everything go right, I want to knock everybody out in the first round and make it to the final.
Want to switch gears a little bit here. A guy that you worked with a lot leading up to his last fight, Jon Jones, obviously the new UFC heavyweight champion. Got to be fired up about that. What was your reaction to his performance, getting that win just a few minutes into the fight?
I mean, I knew it. I was telling people, everybody right here, man. I was the smallest guys in the camp, and I'm 280. Mm-hmm. And John was tossed guys around as 310, 320, like nothing. He was taking them down. He was doing whatever they want with the guys. So we knew it. If he had his hands on Cyril Gane, it would be over. Cyril Gane is a great fighter, good for work, but we know that he lacking wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And you can get ready for Jones in 8 weeks. Jon is a high-level fighter, great wrestler. So I was super excited. I was happy to be a part. And I wish him nothing but the best. I'm probably going to go down there after this fight again because I think he have a fight coming up.
Give me some insight into what some of those sparring sessions were like with Jon Jones. What can you tell me about, what those sessions were like battling with a guy like Jon Jones and his transformation up to heavyweight and all that? What was that whole experience like?
Great, man. He's very obsessed with the game, so he studied all his opponents very extensive. And what we were doing there was basically every time you go rounds with him, you got to mimic Cyril. You have to switch stance. You got to throw that fast jab. You got to throw kicks. And the thing is, every time you go with Jon Jones, the cage, you already tired. You just walk in the cage because the man is very versatile. He have a lot of things going on. He throw a lot of spinning shit. He got great wrestling. His box is getting better. I don't know how it's possible because he's the greatest of all time, but he's still getting better. And he worked hard, man. When you think it stop working, he's pushing harder. We do session of an hour and a half, 2 hours every single day. and he's 36 years old. So I think he's still gonna probably win one or two more fights and retire. But it was great moments, and I took all those sprints with me. I brought it back home, and I'm just finishing camp here, but I'm using the same method they use in his camp.
The last question for me, man. Obviously, I want to get back to you ahead of this PFL debut. What's your message to the PFL fans? What can they expect from Yorgan De Castro this PFL season?
Absolutely, man. The PFL fans can expect that every time there's Yorgan in the card, we're gonna have a fight. I'm coming to bang. I'm coming to knock people out. Either I knock, and I'm okay with getting knocked out too. So, but I'm gonna make them fight me. There's no grappling and there's no bullshit. I'm gonna walk forward. I'm not taking one step back, and I'm gonna make everybody fight me.
No doubt about it. Well, Yorgan, it was great to meet you. Great to chat with you. I have a feeling this will be the first of many sit-downs this season, and I'm sure we'll chat again soon, man. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, Aurora. Appreciate you.